being a part of the UCI men's water polo legacy. It was a focal point in my life as a young man coming here to UC Irvine, and I think everything that has come to my life through water polo and in a positive sense is because of the values I learned here. I'd love to just establish a UCI water polo legacy where the men's and women's teams are doing a lot of the same things, working together, supporting one another, and just trying to move UCI water polo, period, not men's or women's, but as a single entity, move that towards being one of the top programs in the country. I'm just excited. I know what a valuable experience this is in my life, and I'm excited about it and also nervous to make sure that I provide that same experience to the young men that are part of this program right now, and give them what they need to be successful here at UCI and beyond. Being an assistant is always helpful. I actually took this UCI program, the women's program, without having been an assistant, and then took that job later. And just being able to sit back, watch someone who's really good at what they do, be in the room with them while they're making decisions, help them make some of those decisions, observe other coaches while we're on the road internationally and what they do. You're just in a very different position. The head coach's mind is always way off into the future, thinking about where are we going, and the assistant coach is allowed to kind of live in the moment and feel the moment and see the moment. So I think those experiences have just allowed me to just transform my head coaching a little bit. Just the professionalism that goes into being excellent at something, not just our team, but when you watch any of the athletes in an Olympic Games or in a World Championship setting, all of these people take what they do seriously. They respect their opponents, they respect the work that it takes to compete at that level, and you can just feel it in the way that they prepare before games, the way that they play during the games, the amount of time that goes into video and scouting, etc. You just come back here and you know what it takes to be good. It's not a secret. It's the same thing everyone always thought. It's hard work, combined with players that are invested in the sport. UCI is my home. I think everyone has a different idea of what their castle looks like when they look out. What's your job? What's your life look like? My castle involves UCI. It always has since the moment I stepped on campus. I always tell everyone a story that one of the trainers from upstairs, who was a trainer when I was here and is still here now, said to me, asked me how I was doing my freshman year in college. And I told him, well, I really like it here. I think I'm going to find a way to stay here forever. So here I am, so many years later, still at UCI. But it's been an amazing ride to watch the campus grow, to watch the student body grow, the reputation of UCI grow worldwide, and just to kind of have a part in that and a seat at the table while that's happening. I can't imagine it any other way. And I know I've got the best job in the entire country when it comes to water polo, and this is where I always want to be. Knowing what it did for my life more than anything else, I mean, I'm excited to try to help these young men, but I know what it feels like to come through this program and feel like you can do anything afterwards and feel like you can do whatever you want with the next phase of your life. I chose to be a coach, but I feel like if I would have done anything, I would have been successful because of what I learned here at UCI, within athletics, within men's water polo. And I'm just really looking forward to working my butt off to try to provide that same feeling for everyone else. Excellence to me is when you feel like you've maximized your potential as a group, and that could be different within each group. That could be winning a national title one year or a conference title one year, or putting a series of games together and placing at a certain level. But to me, it's just the feel that the group has, that they invested everything that they had. They're proud of the result that came out of that investment that they have. To me, that really leads to excellence. I think a lot of people place it on, it's got to be a national championship or it's got to be some specific result. And I think it's more of a feeling. Most of the people that move on and move towards the Olympics in their lives have dreamed about doing something great in athletics for a long time, and they've obsessed over their sport. It borders right on the line of a mentality and a sickness. And I think it starts way before college, to be honest with you. They've put in hours and hours, and they spend time thinking about their sport and visualizing being excellent at their sport. And obviously college is a stepping stone. It's a really important block in our country because so many of the Olympic sports are sponsored at the collegiate level. It's a really important step, but it's not where it begins, I don't think. It's kind of maybe that last phase of preparation leading into your national team career, or maybe something that goes simultaneous with your national team career. The coach part is for other people to decide, so it's hard for me to rate myself as a coach. I was a good player, not great, but I was willing to do anything to succeed. I didn't care what job I had. I just wanted to win. And so I was willing to fit into whatever space that was needed by the team. And that's where I think my strength was as a player. But as a coach, it's hard to rate. I enjoy coaching more. I'll tell you that, just because I enjoy the concept of helping other people achieve their dreams as opposed to being internally focused on my own dreams. To me, that's just something that speaks to me more. But I couldn't say, you would have to ask some of the athletes or people that have been through my program, how good I am at it. Curling, absolutely. I don't know, I just like it. It's one of those sports that you can't figure out why you like, but I like the excitement. It's pretty quick, and the excitement that goes into that role. I like the teamwork. I don't really understand what they're doing exactly. I mean, I know what they're trying to do, but I don't understand all the science and the leverage and all of those things, but I know that I would enjoy working with the other people in the sport to try to win. Jeez, that's a tough question. I really enjoyed having the skateboarders at the Village this last quad. Everywhere we went, villages always looked kind of like a small city, and it was like being in a city. Skateboarders would just ride their skateboard everywhere. So everywhere you could go, you could hear skateboard wheels coming behind you. I really liked the vibe of how they cheered for each other. If you watch skateboarding in the Olympics, there was just this positive vibe. Didn't matter what country you were for. They wanted to see each other do well. They wanted to see each other be safe and not get hurt. And that was just really something neat to see. So I think being part of that community would be a neat experience in an Olympic Games.